I got to start it off, man. Anthony Richardson was the best first-round quarterback performer of the last week, of the first games. I said it. He played better than C.J. Stroud. He played better than Bryce Young. And I'm turned up. I ain't going to lie to you. And you know what? People probably thinking right now, Darnell, he threw an interception on his first drive in like 2 plays. What are you talking about? What did he do? That was spectacular. The thing that I liked about AR5, he had 3 drives. Each drive, he improved, which tells me, as a Colts fan, he's a quick learner. You know what I mean? He's adapting to the situation. The first pick. I'm not worried about the first pick. He's excited. He's nervous. I believe it was a corner blitz too. They got that. He probably should have changed the protection. Something that he's not going to do his very first drive on the field. So he tried to make some out of nothing instead of just getting sacked. He forced it. He's excited. He hyped. It happens. C.J. Stroud threw a pick as well. I think he was 2 for 4 and threw a pick. Rookies are going to throw picks. We know that's going to happen. We're not expecting this guy to go out there and be Aaron Rodgers day one. We're not expecting that. What I want to see as a fan is improvement. And I saw improvement from drive to drive to drive. And I know we don't live in a world of what ifs and woulda, coulda, shouldas, but our eyes do work, y'all. And if y'all watching the same game that I was watching, my man AR5 threw a dime to Alec Pierce. Couldn't have handed the ball to him any better. And my man Alec Pierce, like he did last year, dropped the money. That was a touchdown pass. Perfect throw, over the shoulder, tight coverage, would have been a touchdown. AR5 would have ended up throwing for 100 plus, something yards, would have been 8 for 13, a touchdown in the pick. But he drops the ball, and now we're all saying, oh, okay, he threw a pick, he looks average. Woo. Now, I'm not saying he looks amazing. I'm not crazy. I'm just saying out of the first round guys, the main 3, honestly, the C.J. Stroud, the Bryce Young, to me, in my opinion, AR5 looked the best. Now, if we get deep into the weeds, we know Dorian, DTR, Dorian Thompson-Robinson, he probably playing the best out of any rookie quarterback for keeping it all the way real. I know Aiden O'Connell, a Purdue guy who was David Bell, who's a guy from my city, wide receiver, that was his quarterback. So I watched Aiden O'Connell a decent amount in college, a guy who has a big arm, not scared to throw that thing around the field. He had a big game. So some of these guys who got drafted late are guys who are actually out here performing at a higher level than even some of the first-round cats. But out of the main first-round guys, I like what I saw by AR5, JB. I'm going to keep it real with you.
Well, that leads to my next point that I'm going to have with Matt here in about 30 minutes. So I watched all these quarterbacks, not just rookies, but second year, third year, fourth year, fifth year guys, as in a guy like Drew Lock. And I don't know why the novice, y'all call casual fan out there. I do know why, because you're casual, you know nothing. You work at Walmart. You need to stay working at Walmart, be the best Walmart worker you could possibly be, and stay out of this lane. This is a professional lane that I actually stay in consistently and know about. By the way, Jermaine Johnson had a few sacks this weekend. One of my kids, Tank Dell, had that touchdown. I have a kid that plays corner, Elijah Hicks, the Chicago Bears. Actually, who else? People were sending me shit all day. I had like 12 guys balling out this weekend in preseason games. But before I say that, though, I want to break something down. We literally have seen what y'all call mid to average quarterbacks based on their salary. Okay? Make sure you're staying with me right now. Based on their salary, y'all call them average to mid quarterbacks in the NFL. Absolutely not miss a beat when you compare them to the guy making $100 to $200 million. There is no huge gap difference. Now, I just want to be quiet on that. I almost want to just say, that's the show. That's it. I want you to sit on that for the fucking whole week and think about what I just said to you. There is no difference between Cooper Rush making no money and Kyler Murray making $200 million. And he said AR5 was the best rookie performer. I got something to tell you. I got some news for you, Big Smitty and everybody out there listening. The best rookie performance by grade. If I were to grade them out, and I watched all of them just to do this for the show, because I told Smitty on Friday, I said, we need to do a little report card on these rookies and these second-year players, or what we call younger players that don't really see a lot of time during the season.
Right.
I want to do a grade on them because I'm going to show you that there ain't no difference between these cats and the starter that the world all recognizes. They all know the big name guy. They all know the big rich person. But I'm telling you right now, Big Smitty, there ain't no difference in performance. There's no huge drop-off when they leave the field to put on the y'all call mid quarterback. There's no difference in moving the ball. There's no difference in efficiency. I'll even argue that they're better than the ones making $100 to $200 million. So we're going to dive into this very, very deep all week long. I'm not going to do it all today, but I'm going to give you, because I'm working on all this data for it, but I'm telling you right now, my professional eye has been saying this on this show for how many years, fans? How many years have I been saying that quarterback play in the NFL is as bad as I've ever seen it? Don't forget who said it first. When all you see these big mainstream media cats start to say it, just like they still have to shit we say on this show because we are the first thing up in the morning.
We the culture.
Don't get it twisted and act like people ain't watching. I got text messages and videos from certain people that if they don't come on this show, I'm about to start blasting their ass.
Ooh-wee.
Throw that out there. And you probably out there listening, my main man. I want to say your name so goddamn bad, but I'm not going to put you out in blast yet. You better come on this show, though. Because I'm telling you right now, you showing the world my shit. All right, let's break down something. CJ Stroud, I'm giving him a C- based on the reps that he had, based on what I saw him go against, based on what he did. I think he had 2 completions or 3 completions.
I think he's 2 for 4, I think, JB. Yep.
2 for 4, 13 yards, a pick, blah, blah. That shit don't matter to me in preseason. But what does matter is the way you controlled the huddle, the way you broke the huddle. See, people don't understand. That is an operational hazard if you can't get the ball off before the play clock expires. I don't think other people understand. All you out there working on TikTok and everybody that's out there acting like they NFL quarterbacks, he finally got the – yeah, it's actually a big thing to break the huddle, snap the ball before the play clock, get everybody lined up, motion somebody, shift somebody, set the protection, ID the mic, and understand where the coverage is at. That is actually a lot of shit. So sorry for you that out there that's a mid that don't understand shit about this sport. That's actually a big thing, especially for a rookie that really, if you really want to break it down, doesn't have a huge amount of experience playing against, how could I say, upper tier defensive coordinators. He did not see this type of coordination. He's not going to see this type of schematic. He didn't see that against, Iowa. I'm sorry. Iowa's a great defense, but they're not what he's going to see in the NFL on a day-to-day basis. So, having said that, I'm giving him a C-, CJ Stroud. First game, we're not going to trip. But Bryce Young goes against the Jets, top 5 defense. They get shut out, obviously. I don't think it's a big deal in the preseason game. The Jets lost to the Browns game 1, so it doesn't – who cares what's going on? Aaron Rodgers ain't touching the field. I give Bryce a C- from watching what he did. I liked his poise in the pocket. I did too. A few things that he did, but he reminds me a lot of Drew Brees. I'm just telling you right now. I think Bryce is gonna be all right. He reminds me a lot of Drew Brees. Will Levis, I got him at C-. All these cats right here are C-. I got AR5, C-.
Not a C+?
Hell no.
He dropped it down. Hold on. Do you see the pad, JB?
No.
He dropped it down.
I got DTR at a C. Now, here's where everybody's going to light me up on social media. JB hates the black quarterback. I love it. Here we go. The best rookie quarterback, Smitty, contrary to your belief, is fucking Stetson Bennett. And it's not even close. He's a B-. I got Stetson Bennett's performance at a B-. Here's why, though. It's not fair to the other ones, but it is fair. He had more reps. He had a lot more reps. I think he was 17 of 23 or something. 2 touchdowns. He operated the offense as if he was a starter. Listen, I think he's going to be a journeyman in the NFL. I don't believe he's going to be the next Matthew Stafford. He's too old. He reminds me of Chris Winkie when he came in the league. But I think he's so experienced with AIDS and so many reps he's had in college.
Right.
And I think he has that it factor as far as that goes. He's my type of quarterback. He drinks and gets loaded in public. I think he looked actually the best for that offense. It was a great pickup for Sean McVay grabbing that type of quarterback because that is who fits that offense. He's almost Matthew Stafford looking. He looks like him. Boot naked, boot waggle, sprint out, get the ball out. Like, that's what it is. He's not running option. He's not going to sit there and scramble around. This is what the Rams do. He's the perfect QB for that offense. He looked like the most NFL-ready quarterback over the weekend, though, contrary to everybody's belief. I have him rated my highest, but it's not really fair. But I am grading him off of his reps, and I'm grading everybody off of their reps.
Right.
So I want to be clear. It is fair because everyone's reps are everyone's reps. I'm grading them off their reps. I'm not grading them off of AR5 versus Stetson Bennett.
Right.
I'm grading them off their reps, and I thought he performed at B- reps. Threw 2 touchdowns, no picks. He was really highly efficient. And listen, he played late. We're going to talk about this with Matt. Played against some practice squad guys, blah, blah, blah. It's still the NFL. It's still under the lights. It's still in front of a crowd. He's still got to perform and get the operations down, do everything on a timely manner, understand what he's doing, when. All those things factor in. I thought he did a good job. That's my rookie report card. Now, I want to get to the younger quarterbacks in the NFL. DTR, by the way, I have him at a C. I don't
Why?
see you just run around all game because it's not going to equate to anything longevity wise. You're not going to be sustainable in the NFL.
He was throwing it too, though, JB.
Yeah, he was, but I'm just saying everything that he threw. See, this is the issue I fight with all these other people I talk to all the time. Yeah, he was throwing it, but what was he throwing it? When was he throwing it? Where was he throwing it? And why was he throwing it? Did he run around and make plays with his feet and then throw it when he could have threw the ball on time in the pocket? Like, that's what people don't realize. The novice fan don't understand, Big Smitty, when I'm trying to break this thing down. DTR had 3 snaps and he hit the top of his drop and the tight end was open. The back in the flat was open. He tucked it down, ran, moved out the pocket, and then threw to a guy on an ad-lib play that receivers are taught, move with the QB. So we already know DTR can do that shit. He's done it his whole life. I want to see him throw the tight end for a 7-yard gainer right now and protect his damn self so he can play a long time. We're not teaching that shit. I don't know why. But anyway, that's a whole other rant. We're going to break that whole thing down. Young NFL quarterback report card. Zach Wilson.
Hey, hold on. Can we clap it up for Zach, please? Can we clap it up for Zach?
Don't clap it up for Zach Wilson because I'm the only one that said Zach Wilson's going to be a big-time player in this league. Ask anybody in this chat.
I'm not anti-Zach.
I know you're not. But I've been taking heat when I'm the one that said Zach Wilson is going to be a big-time quarterback when he came out of BYU, when my boy Kalani coached him, and I said it on this show 2 years ago. I still stuck with it. I said Aaron Rodgers is the best thing that can happen for him. He'll learn from osmosis. He'll be around somebody. He's actually kicking it right now because he knows he has no pressure on him. Too much pressure is put on these young cats too soon, especially when you get drafted to a bad organization. Well, at least what's been a bad organization.
Yep, I agree with that 1,000%. Man, people forget they used to compare Zach Wilson's throwing style a little bit to Aaron Rodgers when he come out the draft. The way he flicks his wrist and the ball just really like. I agree with you 1,000% on this, JB. I think
Zach
this guy
Wilson is going to be good. Trust me. And I've been saying it on this damn show for 2 years. But anyway, what do I know? All right, so I got Zach Wilson A-. He's getting all his reps. He's managing it. He's understanding it. Plus, though, just understand, he knows he's not going to start. He knows he's not playing. So this is an audition not only for the other NFL teams in this league to understand, shit, we might need to take this guy. If Aaron Rodgers plays another 2 years and this cat's sitting there, it'll be headed into his year 5, second contract season. Do we scoop him up in, let's say, Raiders, Vegas? Let's say Niners. Let's say someone goes and gets a guy like him because he's going to be out there. So I give him an A-. Listen to what I'm telling y'all right now. Don't just hear what I'm saying. I started this conversation off by saying all these quarterbacks y'all call mid to average there's no drop-off between him and the starters. Now, we're not talking A-Rod. We're not talking fucking, Burrow, Mahomes. We're not talking those type of cats. I'm talking in totality, the NFL in general. Quarterback plays at all-time low. And I'm going to prove it this week. I'm on a mission to prove all this to you guys, so we're clear. All right. Drew Lock, B+. B+ in Seattle. Didn't miss a beat. Come out there, fucking operationally look great. Now, it is his 4th or 5th year, I believe he's been in the league. By the way, people don't realize Drew Lock can throw it. He can spin it. He's got an actual big-time arm. He throws a great spiral. He's really accurate. He's just kind of like a little bit of a loose cannon, kind of like a, y'all call it he got swag. I call it you're a fucking idiot, but that's a whole nother ball game. But he didn't miss a beat. He's actually looked really good for Seattle, and this is a guy that hasn't had a lot of reps. He did start a year in Denver, so he's got a little experience. But Trevor Lawrence, I give him an A-. He threw a big-time NFL Hall of Fame type of throw to the back corner the other day after stepping up the pocket, climbed the pocket, eyes stayed downfield. He dropped a dime piece to the left side of the end zone for a touchdown. I think he threw a pick or he fumbled. I don't know. I didn't watch the whole game. But I think he's still progressing. I think that team's going to go where he goes. I got him at an A- right now. Justin Fields, got to watch him. And I don't know how I don't know what to say, dog. I'm lost for words, homie. I really am. I'm really lost for words, dog.
Why, JB? What's going on? What's on your mind, JB? Talk. This is therapy session. What's going on with you? What do you need help with?
The motherfucker threw 2 touchdowns, dog. The ball actually traveled 4 yards in total. Can we stop? I've seen so many goddamn messages. Justin Fields is the truth. He threw a fucking screen and a back in the flat on an escape route, and he both took it to the and he went off the field. Shut up.
We ain't giving the wide receivers no love for actually
going
to the touchdown and get
this is the Patrick Mahomes effect, dog. This is what Mahomes does all the time, but y'all give him all this credit. So how can you give Justin Fields all this credit? He threw 2 balls. One was a now screen lookie to Moore that took it 60. And then the other one was he didn't like what he did. He checked down to the back, which I like. Checked down to the back, who takes it 35 and scores. The ball traveled 3 yards in total. And I've seen on this, people are tagging me, Smitty. Oh, JB, what you got to say now? I didn't respond, homie. I'm just laughing so hard. Like, these motherfuckers really thought Justin Fields went out there and read progression and threw a dig strike for a 37-yard touchdown and like a bang 8 double post for too high. Like, oh, he threw a fucking now screen and a back in the flat. And we're over here, we're really debating that Justin Fields looked great. And I'm like, no, he didn't.